Good evening, guys. 11:18 here in Honolulu. Super windy night. I'm literally about to hop into bed here pretty soon. I want to talk to you guys tonight about immediate action and what I think the church should do. Those two topics. But I'm just going to kind of review the day yesterday. We celebrated Sabbath, and we've been talking about, at the end of the year, we were talking about turning kind of our side area of our house into a nicer seating area. So we had bought a folding table and bought a couple more beach chairs, nicer folding chairs for that area. And then we bought some LED outdoor lights, and my buddy Dave climbed the tree and hung those for us, which I'm super grateful for. It looked super good out there. So we invited some people over last night to just have a Sabbath meal and connect and play some games. We played the game Keep Talking and No One Explodes, which is a ton of fun. If you haven't tried that one, you should check it out. But unfortunately, it was rainy last night, so we didn't actually get to spend any time outside. But I did have the most people that I've ever had in my house, so it was fun. We got some marinated tri-tip from Costco, which was quite good. I should have prepared a lot more charcoal than I did, but it all worked out. Yep, and so today just been staying off the interwebs, but Sabbath just so I just got caught up on all of the internet things. Got church tomorrow morning, giving announcements at Streams of Life, and tomorrow is Jess's birthday, so we're going to be celebrating that tomorrow as well. So the two things that I did want to talk about tonight, though, are immediate action. I've been feeling super scatterbrained lately. I think it's just I got a lot going on. This is the most I've ever had going on in my life. I think just a lot of different responsibilities and stuff, and so my brain just hasn't been functioning at its highest capacity where I would like it to. A lot of times I would say to people like, "Hey, you got to remind me of that. I'm not going to remember that." So just trying to put, that back on people, which I think is a good tactic to do. But I also wonder if that's just reinforcing the fact that I might not remember something instead of really taking ownership and figuring out a system of being able to remember things. So Dave helped me install a giant whiteboard. We turned our hallway wall into a whiteboard, which I think is going to help me a lot. I haven't really found an app. I mean, I'll throw things in my phone, but then I'll forget to go back and look at it. So I really need to create a discipline of probably like a morning check-in, a noon check-in, of just kind of a to-do list. I use my whiteboard just as my calendar for the week, and that helps me keep on point, and then just scribble some random notes of things that also need to get done. The problem is the peripheral things that need to get done never get done. So I gotta work on that. Let me know if you've got some systems that really work for you. I'm thinking of even going back to like a paper journal and just carrying that thing around with me everywhere as well. So, but yeah, immediate action. So, something that I'll do is I'll look at an email or something like that, and then I'll flag it. But then weeks will go by before I ever take action on it. So, tonight there was a couple emails in there, and I started to do that, and I was like, no, I just need to take immediate action on these. And I think that's part of what's going to help me be less scatterbrained if I just complete tasks. And then you don't feel guilty for forgetting those tasks, and you just take immediate action on them. So that's something I'm trying to implement. What are some areas of your life that you need to take immediate action on? And then the next thing, I was driving around today thinking, I went and cleaned today, even though it was Sabbath, because tomorrow's Jess's birthday and I want to be able to just spend the whole day with her. But I was just trying to make it a restful time as well, and so I didn't listen to any audiobooks or any music or anything like that. I just kind of let my mind wander, and I'm hoping that that was like a defragmentation type of thing. Um, yeah, we'll see. We'll see if that helps me be less scattered. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but I'm just experimenting. But as I was driving back, I was just thinking about a statement that I made before, that I think that the church should really be leading in vulnerability And I really believe that's true, that we should be able to be honest about things and be forthright about our struggles, and then share about the grace of Jesus Christ, because he knows what we're going through, and he loves us. He loved us while we were yet sinners, and that's the good news of Jesus. Um, yeah, so, but the thought that really came to mind is that we often say things like, well, I think the church should do this. And I think the reality is that if there's something that you think the church should be doing and you're part of the church, then that's your open door to just go ahead and do that. So uh, we shouldn't wait for anyone else to take ownership of the good idea that the Lord's given us. If we see an improvement that needs to happen in the church body, we can't wait around and expect somebody else to do that. We've just got to take action on that. So if there's something that you think the church as a whole should be doing, like I think that the church should be more vulnerable, that Christians should be more vulnerable, that we should stop virtue gesturing and just be honest about our struggles and our need for Jesus. It's so good. Vulnerability is healing. To hear somebody else say, hey, I struggle with that too, is a really healing thing. But we can't just stop there. It's let's lock arms together and let's look to Jesus and walk towards Jesus for that freedom. Let's not stay stuck. But it's just so good to have that human component of relation, that yeah, somebody else is struggling with these same things too. So that's something that I want to lead out in. I posted an Instagram post tonight about leading worship in Korean. I didn't sing in Korean, and just kind of talking about some of my journey of being Korean and being adopted and stuff like that. So I've never ever really shared about that stuff. It's always been a very private thing for me. But if I think that the church should be leading in vulnerability, then maybe I need to put my money where my mouth is and share. So pray for me if you think about it, and we'll see if I end up sharing some of the stuff about my adoption and some of my thoughts about that now that I've had a child and stuff like that. So that's it. Good night. Have an amazing day tomorrow. Don't forget it's daylight savings. We don't do that here in Hawaii. But wish Jess a happy birthday if you think of it. All right, thanks, guys. Good night.